All right, welcome back to Sacred Sensuality, and I'm so glad to have you here. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I asked Spirit, after all of that negative energy that was just read on, I begged Spirit and my ancestors to show me a good message, a good love message, so that you guys can get to where you want to get to. And the question I asked was, what is it that the collective needs to get rid of in order to reach their highest love? And I would like to know, how does the next person feel about them? So, Spirit had a couple of cards for you guys, actually a lot, because you had some fallouts too. So they first of all want you to get rid of any emotional turmoils. Anything inner that's going on that is destabilizing you emotionally, they want you to get rid of that. That is including finding you a therapist, someone to talk to, journaling, listening to uplifting music. I'm also hearing get the hell out of bed. Get out of bed. Because they see that whatever it is, whether you have looked at my past readings or not, or if you're going through this just in general, whatever is taking you through an emotional storm, they want you to let that storm pass. I feel like with this card coming out, they want you to just be over it. And I don't think they're saying it in a way that is mean or anything like that. I'm feeling like, seriously, they just want you to be happy. They want you to get out of that. They are, and quite literally, when I pulled the Ten of Cups, I said, oh, they want them to be happy. Seriously. Spirit is saying too, if you have, good family members that you hang around with, or friends, they want you out more. They want you to celebrate a little bit more. They feel like you have been in a suspended state, maybe even self-sacrificing for other people. You're always the one doing the planning for events and outings, planning the dates with past people that you were with. They want you to stop that, and they want you to actually sit in that for a minute. They want you to sit in your whatever part that you played, and they want you to develop a different perspective. So if you're blaming yourself, stop blaming yourself. If you are feeling like you didn't do enough, forgive yourself, and so forth and so forth. They're saying that they want you to do this because they see so many good things happening for you with this Three of Cups here, within this Wheel of Fortune. It's like once you make that mental and that emotional decision that I will no longer let my emotional state run me and how I receive or give love, you've got so many good things waiting for you, like that's putting into motion, you're putting it out there, that whatever lesson that you had to learn from whatever past situation that you were in, you've learned it, you've graduated. So that's the first thing that they want you to get rid of. Second, I get two messages for this one. This message is for my people who have such an open heart. If you are a person who gives and gives and gives and gives, and you're so sweet and you're open and you're vulnerable, they want you to stop. They want you to stop. They want you to find out why you are like that. They are asking to hear with this Five of Coins, why do you operate in such scarcity? They're also asking you, in addition to that, they have the Nine of Wands here. That's, to me, with this part of the story, they're telling me you put up your walls in a way that is protective of you, but you are not blocking everything out. You still want to be receptive to the good things. So I'm feeling that for those of you who are very giving, very loving, like I myself once upon a time had been a very long time ago, now it's time to look at yourself. Now it's time to heal you. They want you to walk away from operating in scarcity, because that is ultimately a scarcity mindset. Okay, when you're constantly giving and giving and giving, that's because at some point in time, maybe people weren't giving to you. And so now you kind of feel like it's a little bit of my responsibility to make sure that whoever I'm with or my friends or whatever, that I'm supposed to give, because I never want someone to feel the way I feel. I literally just heard that. Now, for those of you who have closed your heart off, remove the gates. They want you to remove the gates. They said enough is enough. It's making you tired. It's making you very tired. They also want you as well to walk away from the thought of everybody's going to hurt me. Everybody always leaves me for someone else. So the message is kind of the same for the first set of people. Why are you operating in the scarcity mindset? Because if you're only thinking that everybody is out to hurt you and everybody is out to get you, you're still only operating in one of the lowest vibrations, and that is scarcity. That is thinking that there's nobody else out there who can love like you do, or who can love greater than you can. And you're only worthy of receiving or you only attract people who just want to detract love from you. So they're also saying with this Eight of Cups here, walk away from that. I also feel, because it's funny, you have the Hanged Man, and then you have the Eight of Cups. The Hanged Man, he develops his perspective, and he eventually becomes the Hermit. He also, not that exactly, should I say, when he is the Hanged Man and he becomes in his 8, he makes that decision that I'm going to get myself down from here. I've seen enough. I've learned enough. I know enough. Now it's time for me to go within. It's time for me to walk away and then go within. That's when they turn into the Hermit. That's when you turn into the Hermit, where you're looking within yourself and you're finding those emotional parts of yourself that you need to heal. I'm feeling too, a lot of you could feel like, I feel like you feel that you attract only those type of people. And because of that, you and these people, wow, it's a thunderstorm here. You and these people that you attract, it just so happens to be that, how do I say this tactfully? It's almost as if you're begging for breadcrumbs. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that coins and pinnacles, that's about value, right? You're ultimately valuable. But when the 5 of coins, you see him leaning over, the coin is all the way in the sky. He's looking down at these coins that he lost. He feels outside. He's looking at them in the water, waiting off in the water. Water does what? It reflects back to you. That's like the saying, if you wake up in the morning and you speak life into your cup of water, it kind of helps your day go by really good, right? That is what I am feeling here for some of you guys. It's like they want you to stop looking at the things that you've lost. They want you to stop feeling like you have been left out of the love story. Your love story ultimately is coming up. And I'm going to tell you what your person says as well. Your person says, I see you in myself. That means they've been there, done that. And they've done the healing. And they've reopened their heart to giving and receiving love. So don't let the past issues that you have had with dating and seeing other people, don't let that put a damper onto your future. Okay, and funny, I hear sirens suddenly. In addition, they also want you to Get rid of feeling like you're trapped, tied down, held captive by your thoughts and your feelings of no one ever loves me, no one ever chooses me. I always attract the bad people. I can never attract a good person. They want you to stop that. They want you to today make the decision that you are going to forgive yourself, that you are going to see clarity about why you were in those states, right? They're asking you to do that. And I feel here too with this 5 of Cups. Once again, it goes back to the 5 of Coins. It's that scarcity mindset that I'm in the middle. I know there's things out for me. I know there's people that's out there for me, but I can only focus on Jonathan and Teddy, who really just messed me up so bad. And now I feel like everybody's going to treat me like they did, even though they treated you differently in ways that were wrong. But they were 2 different people. But ultimately, the pain is the same, right? I feel like they want you to stop focusing on those and focus on the people that's waiting for you, that's ahead of you. Because there's going to be someone that's going to come in and they're going to offer you love. They're going to offer you a new start. But you first, with this 2 of Swords and this Ace of Swords next to it, they want you to get clarity. I'm feeling for many of you, this is a lot about reflecting on your mental and your emotional states. These are the things that you need to get rid of. These are the negative attributes that you need to get rid of. Now, with your flyouts are interesting. But before I go that, with that 10 of Cups, because we're going to go back to what your person is saying in a second. But I feel as if the people who you are going to attract, they're going to find you so beautiful. And not just physically. They are seeing themselves in you. They are seeing someone who I'm feeling they may intuitively know that you've been through some stuff, because at first you may feel a little guarded. You may be a little guarded. You may be a little indecisive about where it is that you go next. You may, just be like regretful of your past. They see you. They see themselves in you. They see you in them and vice versa, whatever the heck I was trying to say. But they see you because they've been there, done that. And I feel in their eyes, they may see you as, wow, this person is very strong. I went through something similar. And it took me a long time to get out of that. And so they're looking at you as strength. And I think with this Ace of Swords, I'm not going to say I think I know. With this Ace of Swords here, you're going to be speaking to someone that you're interested in, that is interested in you. Use that time to tell them your truth. Use it discreetly, of course. Use that time to tell them what you've been through. And this is not to say that is telling them how to treat you, because there are some people that will use that against you. You are just providing clarity on why you have been hesitant or are hesitant, or you're not as trusting, or you haven't been able to make up your mind, because this is helping them to see ultimately, okay, this person went through the same thing I went through, and I don't want to see them go through any more crap. And I don't want to go through any more crap. So therefore, I am making the conscious decision that I want to be with this person. I want to offer love to this person, because they already know what it feels like. And we've both decided that we're no longer going to accept those type of people in our lives. So if we've both decided that we're not going to do that, then we might as well choose each other. We're good people. Good people belong with good people, right? So that is basically what I'm seeing here. In addition to that, your person is going to make you so happy. You may feel very, very skeptical. You may feel very, very skeptical, and I'm feeling it's because you're not used to, some of you may not be used to feeling lucky. And I'm not getting that you were unlucky your whole life. I'm feeling that there was a period of time that there was illusions, is what I'm hearing. You had Pluto. Pluto covered you and was like, you can't see the red flags right now. You're only going to see the good and the potential in this person. That's what I'm getting. And this person you're also helping this person see different perspectives as well. And you also mentally stimulate this person. You mentally stimulate each other, which is going to open up somehow the heart, right? This person could also be, kind of a person who may have a spiritual routine of their own, whether it's their religion or their own spirituality. They may be a person who likes to meditate a lot and pray as well. I'm feeling here too. It's just so much luck that is on the way for you, and it's going to come to you through this new person once you start to get rid of those storms and being what is the word I'm looking for? Wise with the opening of your heart and the closing of certain emotions that you give to others. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a Virgo, so Mercury always tears me up and I just somehow forget how to talk. But I think another thing that's going to turn this person on about you and you them is that you both are able to speak the truth to each other. You both are able to talk to each other about the past, but you got to be careful about being in regret about it, because I feel that if you are, they'll still offer their cup. They may be a little like maybe this person isn't ready yet. But ultimately, they're seeing you as a strong person. They think you're so beautiful inside and out. And I think that them knowing your struggle and vice versa, you're going to find them attractive as well. Like, wow, you made it out like me. Like we're more than survivors. We're thriving and we still chose to be loving. Right? Now, these are your flyouts. Your flyouts are, you also need to get rid of any form, and it's funny because I kind of just mentioned that in oh so many words. Get rid of the attachments, third parties, and people who speak nothing but negativity against you. Case in point, if you have a friend that you have that in the past, you've dated a guy, right? And you told your friend about this guy and he made you upset or he did something, and the first thing that friend says is, well, break up with him. That's not a friend. That's a person that needs to go. If they can just jump up and say, just break up with them, that's a problem. Now, there's a difference between venting and continuously bringing your problems over and over and not using a solution and just using them as an emotional punching bag. There's a difference. But I feel like with people like that, they have to go, because why can't you help me see this objectively? If you're a real friend, you would ask me, well, what was your part that you played in it, right? You would ask me, are you looking for a solution or are you just looking for an ear, And sometimes that's okay too. So with the real card here confirming that, they want you to get rid of those negative friends, those negative attachments, the additional third parties. Stop inviting third parties into your relationships. Let me say that again. Stop inviting third parties into your relationships, and that includes tarot readers. I'm a tarot reader myself. There are certain things that a tarot reader should not know about your relationship. Let them figure that out through the cards. That is a third party seeking to get more information off of you just to tell you some BS instead of telling you the truth. Stop letting these third parties get into your relationships and influence you in a way that's negative, because you've looked at a collective reading or you've looked at a whatever reading and they said something negative, and because you and your person may have had a disagreement, now suddenly you resonate with it. That's not the way tarot is supposed to work. And that's honestly not the way you should be working as well. So this is telling me that you have to end those type of relationships and attachments and peers. Whatever you're holding on to that is negative, and I feel that is confirming what I just said, they need you to let that go, because you have the 4 of coins here. Something that you think is valuable is actually not. Think about that. If you are into tarot, and you may know tarot and you know tarot readings, I'm going to give you a perspective. With in the 4 of coins, or the 4 of pentacles, okay, they signify a man who is holding on to all 4 of his pentacles. All of the pentacles that he's got, he's holding on to them for dear life, because he feels that that is all he has. Now, I want us to use that analogy and apply that to the real world. The real world says you hold on to your job, and in some cases you do when it comes to being practical and being sensible. You hold on to your job, you hold on to this person, you hold on to this, you hold on to that, and we're just holding. That's all we're doing, is holding. We're finding value in the littlest of things, only to find out that they absolutely have no value. Money, for example. Money is valuable, and it's also not valuable. As a person who's been broke as hell, and as a person who is, very stable in her life, I'm speaking from experience. There was once upon a time where I wanted all the money in the world. I literally went back to school to finish my degree just so I can make more money. And guess what happened when I got that degree and I started making more money? It did nothing for me emotionally. Was I happy that I finished something that I started? Yes. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it did not make me happy. It did not hold me at night. It did not allow me to vent or to speak or tell it my day and be responsive to. So yes, that degree is valuable, but it's also not. You see what I'm saying? Because why am I on here? Once again, using myself as an example. Things that you are holding on to that you think are valuable, Spirit is saying is not. Let it go. Even if that is a thought. Once again, referring back to myself, because I thought money was so valuable. I thought that was a part of my worth as an individual, as an American, as a Black woman, as many different things that I am. I thought that my money, my status, that it made me important. I had something valuable for once in my life. I was not going to be a broke person anymore. But I was broke, emotionally and spiritually. And unaware. That's the worst part, is being unaware. Your next card is saying heal, with the Star card. Heal and bring back some hope. I want you to hear that again. Heal and bring back some hope into yourself. Because some of you may feel like you have been hopeless and helpless in some situations, and you have not. It is still okay to wish for someone new. It is still okay to wish for love. It is still okay to wish to be held at night. And that is the problem that I am finding with a lot of feminists and masculines, but mostly feminine, because you know what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what nobody says about this administration and all these red pill guys. Feminists are the real leaders. We have started wars. If we're capable of starting wars, we're capable of healing, right? The healing that you do needs to be done on a spiritual and emotional level. Deep psychological healing, deep spiritual healing. And healing can be done in so many different ways. And of course, you have to find what fits for you. But Spirit also wants you to move on. They don't want you to be stuck in that healing phase forever either. Because I know I was for like 5 years. Stuck in just pure healing, thinking that I was doing okay. And then one day it hit me. I don't like being single anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that. The world will make a woman feel so bad for wanting to be in love and for wanting to have someone who has the capacity for her and she has the capacity for him, and there is mutual feelings. And men too, they'll make men feel bad for wanting those things too. There is nothing wrong with wanting those things. That does not mean you don't love yourself. It just means that I've been through this period of time. I've healed. I know who I am. I'm still learning who I am, but I would really love to have someone on this journey of life with me. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody ever make you feel that wanting something emotionally or wanting a marriage or wanting a relationship is wrong. Hell, if you just want to have a situationship, as much as I don't agree with those on a spiritual level, that's your business. Don't let anyone make you feel like it's wrong for wanting those things. That's where your hope comes in. And people, those third parties, those attachments, those peers who really sometimes they're not even saying it as a bad thing. They're saying it out of habit and out of conditioning. Well, I think you should love yourself first. I think you should continue to get to know yourself. There comes a time when you've known yourself enough. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this in a way that you guys can understand. When you are feeling a certain type of way, wink, wink, and you are touch starved, right? You want someone in that moment, but you don't just want anyone. You want someone who you have a bond with, right? But you've been doing it by yourself for all that time. You know you're the best you've ever had. Am I correct? You know that you're the best you've ever had. Now it's time for someone else to experience the best in you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Moving forward is what Spirit is saying. They want you to move forward, and with this Page of Wands, the Chariot is often fast moving. And it's often fast moving on an emotional level. I don't think they want you to move and just jump right into something right away. I think they want you to be clear and decisive and have a direction and know exactly where you are going. And that is a path that many of us often don't know, or we need a little bit of guidance and direction in order to get there. And that is what comes next, is the Page of Wands. You've got water and you've got fire. Water moves fast if you're not ready. But so does fire. So I feel that with this Page of Staff, or the Page of Wands here, I'm reading from my Clio deck, with the Page of Staffs here, those small acts of speaking with other people, allowing them to speak to you, you being receptive, allowing yourself to receive compliments and emotions and love and all that stuff in small increments is going to be very, very healthy for you. Those little bits of action, those are not breadcrumbs. You're not giving breadcrumbs and you're not accepting breadcrumbs. What that means, or what that looks like for the average person, you speaking to someone and they ask you out, right? They take you on a coffee date, which I am all for coffee dates. They take you on a coffee date. This coffee date is decided upon because this lets you know if you actually want to take it to the next step with the person, right? Meaning go on a real date. That's action number one you did. You took their phone number, you exchanged messages more than likely, you exchanged social media if that's what you're into. You allowed them to take you on a coffee date. Now you're allowing them to take you on a real date, and so forth and so forth and so forth. You're creating an active timeline that is showing that I am actively engaging in my romantic life because I know exactly what I want. Pages are baby steps. And sometimes in order to find the love that we're supposed to get, we have to baby ourselves sometimes. That includes taking care of yourself. That includes taking care of you. That includes showing that, hey, I still do have some care for myself. I still do keep myself up. But I also feel here with the page, you're planting those small active seeds of, you're showing the universe, okay, you said luck is on my side. Let's do this a little bit at a time. Let me take my time. And Spirit is supporting you 1000%. In fact, so much so that I feel that many of you who are going to get rid of these negative things that you need to move forward and take some of this advice, because it does not apply to everyone. The person that is going to show interest in you, you're going to have them wondering, when can I see you again? And that's a damn good thing, because that shows curiosity. That shows I want to get to know you more. That shows you turned me on, not just sexually, but you turned my emotions on. Now I need to see who you really are. Now it's time for us to share some things about ourselves. Let's spend some time together. And I think that's beautiful. I asked Spirit, what was the overall energy ending this reading? And I pulled the Six of Wands. Your self-esteem is going to be up so much. And I'm loving this for you guys. I'm also hearing that some of you may need to get back into the gym. I'm feeling the gym is going to release some of those endorphins and some of that stress. So if you've been thinking about getting a gym membership or becoming more active, definitely do that. Because I think that is a way of you manifesting as well. Some of you could also meet this person in a gym or in a park, on a walk or whatever. Also, I heard for some of you a grocery store. But I feel that this is going to lift your self-esteem so much. It's lifting you. It's saying, oh my God, the universe does see me. They remembered me. And I asked Spirit, I said, and why would they feel that way, Spirit? Why would they feel that way? And I got the card of Death. That's because you have literally transformed. You've made a conscious decision to transform and to be better, to receive the things that you know that you deserve. One of the things that I see here, you also feel that way because you've decided to step out on faith and give love a second chance. You know, take yourself up on some opportunities of people getting to know you. You've made amends with the past. I am no longer held by the past and those past actions of those people. And that's a part of your transformation. That's deep transformation to me. I'm at peace with what happened with my past. But I do know that in the future, there's something really good happening for me. Do you have to forgive that person? No, you know how I feel about forgiveness. Not everybody deserves forgiveness. I'm not saying be petty, but that's just my opinion. Not everyone deserves forgiveness, because forgiveness is grace. And I don't believe that forgiveness is all the time just for you. I feel that is for that person. Because if you've already made the decision to say, hey, what's done is done, I'm not holding it against you, you don't have to say, I forgive you. You just say what's done is done. Move on with your life. Does it help you sleep at night? That's another part of conditioning we need to get rid of, is that whole forgiveness thing. Making amends can simply just mean I've accepted what has happened. I don't necessarily have to forgive that person now, today, in the past, or ever. But what happened, happened. I'm not holding it as grief anymore. I'm not holding it as anger. I don't feel any type of way about it. It's just something that happened to me, and I move forward. And that's where your transformation took place. And because of that transformation, it's so funny. Will I see you again? Your person's going to wonder when they see you again. Now this person is going to need to see you because they like this version of you. You've now given this person the newer you, the upgraded version of you. I actually said this to myself the other day. I have been chronically single for 10 years by choice. I know that I can have any man that I want. I know this. But I am at a point in my life where you have to add to my value. What can you add to me? What can I add to you? How can we exchange energy in a way that is healthy for both of us? Possibly our children and or grandchildren, because I am up there. I may look young, but I am up there, right? So that's where I'm at in my mind. How can we exchange value in a way that just makes us feel good about each other, trusting each other, enamored with each other, right? This person is going to need to see you. They love this new version of you. And like I said, when I said the other day, I said to myself, I said, you know what? I really feel bad, but I don't. I feel bad for the guys that did me so wrong back in the day. But really, I don't. Just being honest, I don't. But I said that in a way to say, what you thought you got from me in the past was absolutely nothing. That wasn't nothing at all. This new version of me, if you're watching me through my social media and you're someone I used to date or was married to, and you see this new upgraded version of myself, oh, you're going to feel so sorry. And I'm not living my life just so you can see it. My life is not for a display. I'm actually a pretty private person. However, if you just so happen to see me, you're going to be like, wow. I had a guy who I spoke to 6 months ago that I had a thing for years, and he knew it. But instead of him coming and telling me what he wanted, he ran away. And so when he ran away, I ran away. One of his first things that he said to me when I sent him pictures of me and we got back in touch, and he said, do you ever age? Yeah, I do, actually. I just refuse to let the world see the stresses that I had. So I'm going to work out. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to mind my damn business. That's all I've been doing. I'm going to make peace with the past. And that's what I did. And I healed my own self with the assistance of my ancestors and my spirits. But the next guy that's going to get that version of me, he's going to be so damn blessed. And if he screws that up, oh my goodness. I feel if the next guy that I get with, he screws that up, this is how highly I think of myself. If he screws that up, he has literally self-sabotaged. And in my opinion, this is not fact, my opinion, self-sabotage is self-hate. Now I want you to think when I said that, self-sabotage is self-hate. Think about all the times you may have self-sabotaged something. That's because you didn't like or love yourself enough to realize that was something that was good for you, right? And I feel like those are the type of guys I need to stay the hell away from. And I want you to think so highly of yourself that you have these men or these women, whoever you're with, thinking, oh my goodness, I need to see this person. And I'm not meaning it in an obsessive, crazy type of way. In a way that they see your value. They don't just see it, they know it, they understand it. They want to add something to it as well. Think so highly of yourself that nobody can bring you down ever again. And that the only way you can ever be brought down is if you have given up your power and let them. But this is basically where Spirit is saying they want you to get rid of those emotional storms you've had in the past, the bad influences. What else did I have here? Where's that other card? I know I had another one here. Yes, and they want you to free yourself from being stuck, tied down, and held captive by things that happened in the past. And if you're going through this presently, this is the best damn time to get rid of it. Best time. Okay? So that is pretty much it for your reading, you guys. I hope that this resonated. If it did, leave me a comment. Let me know if you need some help on trying to bring yourself back up there. I'll try my best to respond to you within 48 hours. And I will talk to you guys later. You have yourself a good rest of the day, evening, or whatever time it is in the world you see this. Bye-bye.